Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. We're here to present you our NBA live segment for Wednesday, March 6th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And if you haven't came and checked out the website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure and come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So hey, what up, Jeremy? How you doing, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, another day. It just turned into one of them Boston chalk slates that we've had probably about 5 times already this year. Hey, don't get cute with it. I mean, we know what to look at when Kyrie Irving is out. So like I said, things really just changed right now with just that one piece of news.
I literally only had a couple of Boston guys in my player pool and saw the Rozier news and added Marcus Smart, who I really wasn't on. I said that last night. Added Jaylen Brown. Gordon Hayward, already a piece of it. And we've mentioned at length the usage numbers for Marcus Morris with Kyrie Irving on and off the floor. Marcus Morris has been playing decent. I mean, he's been about 20 fantasy points a game with Kyrie over the past 3 or 4 games, but we know he gets an uptick in usage with Kyrie off. So you can
always. Sure. So real quick, before we jump into questions, etc., got a bunch of exciting things going on. I'm on the site. We got an NHL article up now. This is getting posted every day. Got a PGA article getting posted for every event. About 4 or 5 different NBA articles and videos posted daily that we're doing. We got an MMA article up as well. Hey, we got everything that you need. Check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Go take advantage of our MLB pre-order special. $150 gets you the whole MLB season plus the rest of NBA absolutely free. Hey, man, join the money team. Start winning some money with us tonight. Make sure you use promo code MLB50 at checkout when getting that MLB season package and get the rest of NBA. Hey, that's it, though. That's really what we got going on the site. So let's just jump into some questions, jump into today's slate, and get in and get out for sure. So, I mean, what are some things that are jumping out to you on this slate outside of the Boston news that just came in?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you have to be careful of when news breaks late in the day like this is not to get off your process, right? I mean, you built the player pool based on a process, and don't let one piece of news in Terry Rozier throw off everything else. Add those guys to your pool, get the right amount of exposure to them, but don't completely throw off what your plan was, right? So having said that, there's guys that we really liked last night when we did our first take on the slate. There's guys we've liked this morning as well. And some of those guys, I mean, look, Dwight Powell, I wasn't really on Dwight Powell as much, but you have to give Dwight Powell a little bit of consideration. I know that Maxi Kleber is not a guy who gets a tremendous amount of run, but there's minutes that to be had now because he's listed as doubtful. And Dirk is a guy we've mentioned that when you talk about Nowitzki, he's on the last 16, 17, 18 games of his career. The run is picked up. He's had 20-plus minutes in 3 of his last 4 games. One of those was at 19 minutes, and it was a blowout against Brooklyn, right? So I think Dirk is a guy who could get 22, 23 minutes tonight and be a sneaky play with an otherwise pretty loaded power forward value section tonight. When you talk about a guy like Frank Kaminsky, who's played at least 24 minutes or 22 and 24 minutes in his past 2 games, really came out of nowhere. And I think that the DFS community is on Kaminsky tonight as well. So, there's value out there. There's a ton of good minimum value plays out there. Don't fall off the process and just go chuck Boston in 100% of your lineups and 100% exposure to them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I talked about it yesterday, and I'm not looking back. I'm gonna go right back to the Alex Lynn well. 4,100. I'm going right back to the well. Looking like he's gonna get the start tonight. I mean, I like it a lot. I definitely like it a lot. We're still waiting on the Dedmon news.
He's out. Dedmon's out.
Okay, we still had him listed as a game time decision. But, yeah, I knew that either way he was close to being out. He was doubtful last night. So, yeah, Alex Lynn going back to that well for sure. Now we got to mix some Boston guys in. I mean, who's a guy that you want to pay up for tonight, bro?
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan's a guy?
I do want to pay it for DeMar DeRozan. I just feel like, we've seen this spot, right? And for some reason, I don't know if it's because the Spurs colors are black and they're a boring team that nobody ever wants to load up Spurs. But look, there's two guys that I think are really fair priced here for this opportunity. Really three guys. I mentioned them last night. Forbes at 3.8 on FanDuel. You got LaMarcus Aldridge at 8.2. Alex Lynn and John Collins are not a match for LaMarcus Aldridge, in my opinion. I think that he gets 5X in this spot easily. And then, DeMar DeRozan, he's their scorer. And not only is he their scorer, he's a guy who we've noted his assist numbers are up, his rebound numbers are up, and he's still scoring the basketball. He's more of a real well-rounded player, and he's playing 34.2 minutes over his last 5 games. It's a guy I want to pay up for tonight. I like him.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think for me, I think DeRozan's a little bit more of a GPP play, but I mean, I could see it going against Atlanta, very high scoring game. I just don't like the price tag, but I understand the play absolutely. Every game lately, pretty much this past couple weeks, have been crazy high scoring. Any game that Atlanta is being involved, they're not playing defense. They're really playing to Trae Young's strengths, which is run it up and down the court, take fast 3-pointers, etc. And it's just a very, very up-tempo environment. So I do like DeRozan. I think that's a good call, and I like Aldridge as well for sure. So let me see where we're at. If we got any questions, etc., we can kind of get to those. Got a bunch of stuff I got to do. So Marv is saying load up Vince Carter. I know you brought up Vince Carter last night. Are you going back to the Vince Carter well?
I've been on the Vince Carter train for the past three games they've played. Look, it's a great tournament play. That's what it is. I would not recommend loading him up in cash because I think there's other spots where you can save salary, and I think there's other spots. I don't think the drop spot tonight is small forward too. You got Gordon Hayward at 4.5. You got other spots there, but he's a great tournament play. I personally think, and I believe you feel the same way, that this is it for him as well. He's long in the tooth, man, and right. We know he can score the basketball. They're on a shorter rotation. He's getting run right now. The guy's a scorer, a natural scorer. Load him up in tournaments. I love him again tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I really like what the teams are doing though, as the Heat, the Mavericks. Now we're seeing it with the Hawks, where they feel like these are these guys' last run, the last 20 minutes of their career, and their last 20 games of their career, and they're letting these guys get run. Man, I think that's a very, very respectable thing, and it's awesome for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, what do you think about somebody brought up Todd brought up Prince. Do you like Prince tonight?
I don't mind Prince, but if you're going to ask me who I'd rather have exposure to at the pretty much the same price point, Gordon Hayward or Taurean Prince, I'm going to take Gordon Hayward. I mean, look, if you have 150 lineups, 5 to 6% exposure to Taurean Prince is not terrible, and he's worth the there's upside there for him to get you 6, 7, 8x on a $5,000 price tag. But it's not a guy that I'm going to pay $500 more for over Gordon Hayward in a really good spot against Sacramento.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. What do we think about pairing Crowder and Mitchell for Utah today?
Pairing Crowder and Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
New Orleans struggles with perimeter players. They struggle with shooters. I'm a little hesitant to play Donovan Mitchell. I've watched a lot of Utah, and he's really being coached hard. I mean, I give the kid credit because he's open to it, and he's allowing himself to be coached. But there's a lot that goes on in the course of basketball games with Donovan Mitchell right now. I mean, he'll make a mistake, he'll get taken out of the game to go get talked to, and then get coached up. They'll put him back in. So I'm hesitant to play Mitchell a lot. If you want to play him in tournaments, fine. Would I pair him with Crowder? I like Crowder as a standalone tonight.
Yeah, no, I think Crowder is in play. For sure. I've been looking at him. Korver, I don't know. You can consider Korver as your drop spot. Next question, we're going to go with my thoughts on Damari Carroll on DK. Well, on DK, I mean, he's cheap. He's only $3,900. 2 of the past 3 games, he's got you really, really solid fantasy production. 30 fantasy points and 33 fantasy points at a $3,900 price tag. With Carroll, it's all about minutes, man. If he's going to play close to 25 minutes, then I feel very comfortable with him. But if he's going to play this 17, 18 minutes a game, then it's kind of a little bit more of a question. But I think Carroll is a solid GPP play on DraftKings at a $3,900 price tag. Brunson. Do you like Brunson?
Jalen Brunson he's playing shooting guard. That's really what he's playing. And, I don't mind him. It's a tournament play. And I'll piggyback off what you said about about Damari Carroll. I'm a big Damari Carroll fan. I think the guy's a mismatch nightmare. The problem is that his role seems to be if he's knocking down the 3-point shot, he gets run. If he's not knocking down 3-point shot, he gets buzzed off. So straight tournament play.
Yeah, so just in, Rudy Gay is going to be starting today for the injured Potel, 6,500, and we just talked about the two other main guys that we liked on San Antonio. So now with Rudy Gay back in the starting role, probably going to play close to 30 minutes if this game stays close. I do like Rudy Gay as well. Just wanted to throw that in there. What do I think about Anthony Davis? I think that Anthony Davis is a good play on DraftKings. The price tag is just too cheap, and I definitely think he can get you cash game value. I don't know the absolute upside that he gives you with the amount of minutes he's playing, but he definitely is viable on DraftKings. I'm not so much on him on FanDuel. The price tag is a little bit more expensive. Favorite game to target tonight? My favorite game to target tonight for me personally, it's probably going to be, man, it's a tough one. There's a couple games that I really, really like. I like this Boston-Sacramento game. I like both sides of it. And now with Kyrie Irving out, I think the game's going to be even more competitive. So my favorite game to target tonight would probably be this Boston-Sacramento game. What's your favorite game to target, Jay?
I liked Cleveland last night and this Cleveland-Brooklyn game. I think that's a good early game to target. I also think San Antonio-Atlanta is a good game to target. And a real sneaky one to target is some of the pieces for Minnesota in the Minnesota-Detroit game, as well as some of the Washington pieces in the Dallas-Washington game, mainly Tomas Satoransky. He's basically averaging you 5x for his price tag right now. I think that's a sneaky play. And then you have to get exposure. I'm a big believer. You guys hear me say it all the time. You have to have exposure late, at least one or two guys. There's too much action in those last two games to not have 3 or 4 pieces of Boston, Sacramento, Denver, and Los Angeles all together. So, those are the obvious spots. Outside of that, that's kind of where I'm getting exposure to throughout the rest of the slate.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody brought up Vonleh. Said Vonleh's a sneaky play tonight. At a 4,700 price tag, I definitely think that you could consider him in GPP. But with DeAndre Jordan coming back today, it's another big man that's getting thrown in kind of in the mix. Could take away a couple. Go ahead.
I think that helps Vonleh, to be honest with you. I just don't like on FanDuel, I don't like Vonleh's price.
Yeah.
In comparison to, let's say, Marcus Morris, right? But I think that Vonleh is now, I think this helps him because DeAndre Jordan does occupy so much space, and he will occupy DeAndre Ayton. We know when you look at his starting lineup with Dragon Bender, we do know that Bender's more of a perimeter big. He can get inside and bang. He can do that as well. But I think Vonleh is tougher than he is, and I think that there's some rebound opportunities for Vonleh. I just don't like the price tag. I think it's a dark GPP play.
Yeah. Brandon wants to know about Gary Harris. I actually do like Gary Harris. 4,500 on FanDuel. I've been telling you guys for the past 2 weeks, he's going to end up going in back in the starting lineup. He's the Nuggets starting small forward. I mean, he's the Nuggets starting shooting guard. Well, they mixed him and Barton. One of them small forward, one of them shooting guard, but they're pretty much they're both shooting guard in my opinion. If he's going to be back in that starting lineup like we have him projected tonight at a 4,500 price tag, we talked about Carroll. I'm not really on Carroll.
He's already back. He started Saturday.
Oh, did he? Okay. See, so perfect. So we talked about Carroll. Carroll's a decent play, but I'd rather look at a Gary Harris underpriced who's regularly a 6,500 player back in the starting lineup, or I'd rather look at a Gordon Hayward, pretty much the exact same price with no Irving. Those two guys are the real reason why I'm not really on Carroll tonight, for sure. So what do you think? I'll let you get this one. What do you think about Trier?
I like Trier. I like Trier in this spot too. This is an up-tempo game against the worst two teams in the NBA, basically. Somebody's going to win this game, right? And I said last night, I look for a lot of points to be scored in this game. I look for no defense to be played, and whoever makes the shots is going to win the game. And I think that Trier in that environment can knock down 4 or 5 threes, can get you a couple of assists, maybe a steal. We just saw him put up 40 fantasy point plus game against Sacramento. So Sacramento, I think, is a better – I don't think, I know they're a better basketball team than Phoenix is.
Yeah, for sure. Jose, I'm not on Whiteside personally. He's coming off the bench right now. They're not giving him very many minutes. And even if they give him a couple extra minutes, he's going to probably get 20 minutes max. I mean, that's really what it is with Whiteside. I don't know if he has an injury that they're not telling us or what's going on with him. But I'm not on Whiteside. Todd said Harris kills the Lakers. I mean, we love targeting. I'm a Lakers fan, but we love targeting the Lakers DFS wise. they don't play no defense. I mean, it is what it is. Do you like Comiskey or you like Zeller tonight?
First off, I want to shout out our boy Dwayne, always up in here showing us love. Dwayne, I like that line, man. I do. That's a lot of big names you got in there because of the value that's on the board, obviously. What was the question you asked me, bro?
What do you like Comiskey or do you like Zeller better tonight?
Man, look, we've talked at length about Zeller and the pick and roll game with Kemba Walker. I do like that, but you can't. It depends on how you're building your line. Okay, if you're looking to pivot at center, then get some exposure to Zeller. If you're looking to use a drop spot play at power forward number 2, then get some exposure to Kaminsky. Look, the sample size we have of Kaminsky is he's basically been out of sight, out of mind for the entire season, and in the past 2 games he's played 20+ minutes. So that's what's put him on everybody's radar in this spot. You have to understand what you're playing. There's some uncertainty there. And he could play 12 minutes tonight. So don't, center a lineup around Kaminsky. Do it as an exposure thing where you're got different builds going, and you're going to put Kaminsky as your drop spot in the power forward number 2 spot.
For sure. So, hey, man, I think that's about it. That's all we got for you guys. We got through all the questions that you guys had for us. Got to get out and get these lineups finished and got to get the cash lines out for the members. If you haven't already, like I said, check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Take advantage. Get our MLB season-long pre-order special, $150. Includes the rest of NBA season as well. It's an absolute steal. At checkout, use promo code MLB50. Yeah, man, like I said, take advantage. It's not going to be there too long. Great deal. Outside of that, hey, man, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, all right? And peace out, my fellas.